Hi, everybody. Today is April 10th. We are going to have a very different call today than we have had in the past. We're going to make some shifts in what's happening today. This is going to be a very collaborative call. It's going to be quite different. We have some decisions that we need to make as a community, I think, and so I'm bringing them here to you, and if you're surprised, there's a reason that you're surprised, because this is some things have happened, some of which I've told you, some of which I haven't told you. So let's do a little bit of a body check-in, because that helps everything, and then I will talk to you. I'll tell you what's going on and sort of frame this conversation. So take a breath, stop what you're doing, and take a breath and close your eyes. Just take some breaths and do some noticing. And today I just want to go straight into doing some grounding and connecting work and building the roots of our connection together. So I want you to imagine your feet are the roots of a tree. And let them dig down into the soil. And just, allow them, to dig deep. It is my belief that we are just one piece of a whole ecosystem, a whole planet system. And as we dig into the deep, rich, loamy soil, and we allow our roots to work their way down through the rocks and the water and just go dive deeper and deeper, we consciously make a connection that we sometimes disconnect entirely from. So just allow yourself to connect. Just allow yourself to connect. And when we reach down to the point where there is warmth, allow that warmth to come up. Allow it to rise up into you. Allow the connection that you're reaching out for with the roots of your tree to be visited upon you. Breathe and notice how it feels as the energy rises up your legs and up your knees and your thighs and into the bowl of your pelvis and your sex. It rises and rises. And what I know is, as that energy touches me, my energy is in just connection with the earth, and things start to come up and go down, and I notice that the earth takes from me the tension and the things that I see in my body sometimes as darkness. And it just has this way of kind of clearing all that stuff out. And breathe deep into that connection. And allow your belly to fill with energy, with earth, rooted earth energy, and come up into your chest and out your shoulders and down into your arms and hands. and up into your neck and head and out the top of your head and up into the stars. And then let the star energy come back down and love you and clear you in a different way. Look, many people are here. Thank you, Jessie. So let's do a little bit of noticing. Let's just get connected in our noticing. I would love it if you would be willing to share one sentence about how things are. How, like one nugget or one frame you would like to share. Christina.
Nobody else.
Oh, wait.
I guess, like, let's see, one sentence. Transitional.
Nice. Your hair looks
Every single thing. What?
Your hair looks amazing.
Oh, thank you. I just had it done. Every single thing right now, like from finances, business, personal life, everything is like going through humongous shifts, but it's kind of cool. I like it. I feel really excited. And like, I keep getting this little buzz of like little magical things in the works. I have no idea what it is, but I kind of do. But yeah. So that's my one incomplete sentence.
Yes, that's exactly what I feel. There's a thing that's happening. We're going to talk a little bit about this. Actually, we're going to spend most of our day talk about what's actually happening right now. Thank you feel very connected. Thank you. Deborah, do you want to go next? I hear you on the phone.
Oh, yes. Thank you. It's like a roller coaster. And it's like, you know how you have those moments on the roller coaster where you're like, whee! And then you have those moments where you're like, holy fuck, what was I thinking? So that's kind of where I'm at. And as I'm not exactly sure who that was before me said, it's everything is changing and transitioning, and you know, some of it feels awesome and some of it feels not so awesome. So I'm really happy to hear that I'm not alone, and I'm so curious what you have to say about all this.
You are not alone. Yes, you all should know that you are answers to my prayers today. Josh, you're next.
So, yeah, I was going to say hectic, but I definitely like Deborah's what the fuck was I thinking?
Nice.
So some of both.
Thank you. Thank you. Laura, Elizabeth, Jessie. Who's next?
I can go. This is Laura. I'm on the street in LA, so if there's background noise, I apologize. But for me right now, so the reason I'm in LA is because I'm meeting with investors for my business. Nice. So investors and clients, and sometimes those are the same thing, which is great. And so I'm feeling like excited and a little nervous and a little kind of like, I don't know exactly what's going to happen. But it feels like everything's kind of coalescing and coming together. Like I got the first draft of my investor one-pager this morning, and I'm working on like complex financial models, which is like stuff I've never done before, but it's all kind of putting together. but I'm just kind of enjoying the sunshine and the warmth and people that are enthusiastic about what I'm working on.
That's amazing. Thank you. That's amazing. That's amazing. Jesse, you ready to share?
Sir, in the moment, I am present to how incredibly broken my communication dynamic is with my son's mother. So I am having big feelings about that.
Thank you. Elizabeth.
I'm just having a lot of feelings. Part of me is just wanting and wishing that things were simpler and easier in my business. And I don't know how to get there.
Anybody else wish that? Or simpler and easier? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
That's it.
Thank you.
And Claudine's trying to get on. She's having problems. I don't know.
Do you want to send her the link? Or I'll put it in.
I did send her the link, but I don't, is there another, like a phone call and link?
Yeah, here, just put that in the text.
Thank you. I'll send it to her right now.
Let me grab the other. And there's the link. Okay, so I have so we are going to start with the belief. I believe that we heal all, as far as I can tell, everything in community. And some of you know I was in a car accident recently, and as a result of that car accident, I am having a lot of headaches and pain, and I'm getting treated for that. But I have dramatically reduced capacity. And the doctor on Friday was basically like, you can't work anymore. You have to stay off work for a couple weeks. And that leaves me at a bit of a crossroads. So that's one thing that happened. Another thing that happened is as I'm going through all of our automation and people are sending me emails and being like, I didn't get the emails. And I'm like, what the actual fuck is happening here? Because that's how I talk to myself. And as I was going through, I'm like, oh, there's all kinds of emails that are in weird places. Like I hired someone to do this work and it's fucked up. And I was like, that's very interesting. So I redid over the weekend all of the dates for the emails. Apparently I didn't catch all the Zoom links. And I was like, wow, we have to start this whole thing over again because people I don't know that anyone got all of the emails from the beginning. And that is, regardless of whether I paid someone else to do it or not, that is my responsibility. And so I have to figure out what to do. So I restarted the sequence. You should all be getting emails starting with day one from yesterday. And I'm in this place where I'm trying to figure out what to do next. I have to cancel the next call. I basically have to see the doctor 3 times a week for the next at least couple of weeks until the headaches go away. And that is a big bummer to me. Those of you who know me well know that I pride myself on being brilliant and competent, and having to take a nap every single day because my head hurts so bad I can hardly focus is not working for me. So I have a couple of options. One of them is we start over in a couple of weeks when I don't have headaches anymore. One of them is I've thought about a couple of things. One of them is I thought, oh, this is the 3rd call. I can just try to push through, which is a thing I tell people not to do, and do the 3rd call and try to do the 4th call and figure it out. But that doesn't feel right. So part of what I want to hear from you is what do you want? And let me give you a little bit more information. We can just like in a couple of weeks, my guess is probably like 3 weeks, we could just start over. And that would be fine with me. We could stop here and pick up our last 2 calls in a couple of weeks. That would work for me. We could do something else. Like somebody else could hold the calls. I certainly have a bunch of experts and people on in my field who would be happy to hold a call, but it wouldn't be me. And right now it doesn't look like it would be anyone who's focused on finance. It would be someone who's focused on business, branding, marketing. There's lots of people that could help hold it. So those are the 3 things that I could come up with. And I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear from you in this group of community, in this way that we are working all together. What would work for you in all of this? So I'm going to unmute you and you can tell me, I'm going to say one more thing, which is I am getting treated and I do expect to be 100% better. So don't worry too much about me. You can send me your love and your prayers and all of that, but have insurance, I have health insurance, I have car insurance, I like that, all that stuff. Like I am handled. I am sad. Like I have a lot of emotion about having to be like, oh my God, I am a vulnerable human being, but that's sort of my work. Like I know that, you'll all be surprised. But that's my work, is about being vulnerable and about having to hold that for myself in this process. But like, I'm not dying or anything. I'm just in pain. I'm working out. All right. So tell me what you want to do. I'll just unmute you all and you can talk over each other. Yeah, Josh, go for it.
So the first thing that comes to mind is that I would want you to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So I no service that you offered is worth, not taking care of yourself. So I definitely am in strong disagreement with the pushing through, which sounds like you are too. So that's good.
Yes, I have to walk my talk in that realm or all the things fall apart.
Yeah, I fall apart too if I try to push through. So I'm very much with you on that. In terms of the options that you offered, it is odd. This course does seem to have come at a really bad time for me between tax season and the biggest conference of the year that I go to and other stuff. So I've barely done anything, and I'm not happy with my ability to participate in this course. So like, restarting this sounds very appealing. The flip side is I don't want to waste your time because you've already done 2 calls successfully. So my busyness during that time period is not your problem. So so with that said, I'm fine with either option, or even I'm fine with any of the 3 options you mentioned. Either, restarting, continuing the last 2, or have somebody else run the last 2. Any of those 3 are fine with me. Just I'm not fine with you pushing.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. Thank you. Okay, great. Who else would like to say a thing?
Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement, like with whatever works for best for you, taking care of yourself. That's really important.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, this is Claudine, and Brianna, I'm so sorry you're going through this, and I'm so grateful you're modeling how to manage something like this as a leader and mentor. And I completely support starting over again or pausing. Anything works for me. And I also had a challenge of starting something new around Mercury in retrograde. I think there was some connection. I thought, oh gosh, I'm afraid to commit. And it's been very hard to fit the learning curve during this time. So I would be in complete support of starting over, and whatever it is that you need, I am in full support.
Thank you.
This is
Laura,
Deborah.
Go ahead, Deborah.
So I have a couple of thoughts. One of them is that I did start getting the emails, and that's very exciting. And So basically it comes down to my desire is to continue with you. And so having somebody else pick up the calls doesn't sound very exciting to me. And certainly not pushing through does not sound very exciting to me. Starting over again does sound good. My only thing is, I guess I would love to have another call scheduled between now and when we start over that maybe you don't necessarily hold if you're not feeling up to it, but just to kind of keep the container of what we've already, of coming together at least one more time. If it looks like it's going to be 4 weeks out, maybe in 2 weeks, just to check in.
Like would you be okay if it were a community of practice call? Like,
Yeah. That doesn't necessarily, it could be totally that, it could be, held by somebody else. So I want to be clear. The learning piece I would prefer to do with you, because you're brilliant and I love you and you get it. My desire to stay connected to everybody doesn't necessarily need your input. That could be a community thing. Is that clear?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Awesome.
Brianna, this is Jesse, and everybody else.
Laura was going to go.
Oh, sorry.
What, Laura?
I was going to say he can go, but I think, first of all, I'm so sorry to hear about this, and I'm really glad that you are taking care of yourself and being realistic and honest about the situation. I think for me, of all those options, I think that actually starting over sounds like the best, just because of the emails that haven't come through, and I wasn't able to come to the first call, so I don't know if that has something to do with it, but so far it felt a little bit disjointed, and I'm not exactly, I don't feel like I have a clear sense of where we're at, where we started, what I'm supposed to be working on, those kind of things. So I think that sounds like the best option for me anyway.
Thank you.
I'm going to mute myself because I'm in noisy land.
Thank you. And Jesse?
I'm also in favor of starting over for the reasons that folks have said. I do feel like I've gotten some really good momentum with Christina especially, and so I really like the idea of keeping the momentum going by having another community of practice call or something like that, just to like keep it moving. And yeah, I'm excited about kind of starting with a clean slate and having it be really streamlined. One thing that I would put out there is having had a variety of head injuries in my life, and for people that I know and love, that the actual time frame for recovery can be like all over the place. And so, just to make sure that you have the support, maybe, and maybe that looks like people who could hold the calls if it doesn't shift for you as quickly as we all hope it does, might be a way to keep the continuity. And much respect to you for coming to us with your vulnerability. And I live with somebody who's recovering from a head injury, so I understand how challenging it is.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's been very challenging. Yeah, it has been very challenging. Can we get everybody? Elizabeth. I cannot hear you.
I don't have my regular mic on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry that's going on for you. And I'm kind of in the camp of like, let's just start over when you're ready.
Great.
When you're ready. Let's pick it back up again.
I am right now. The doctors are like, yeah, you could come back to work on the 18th of April, and I'm like, okay. And so my thought was like, oh, let's look at the first or second week in May. And so that's kind of the timeline that I'm looking at and thinking about. I don't want to make a commitment to a date until, for at least 2 weeks, until I've gotten through this section and they're like, yeah, you can go back to work. And so that was part of the, like, my preference is to start over. And starting over, what that looks like is that I would encourage you all to listen to the bonus call that we had. And then we start over with the 4 calls and the emails and just start from like day 1. I usually run these calls on Tuesdays at this time, like every time I've run this. And that would be my intention again, basically to run at the same time, either 12 or 1 o'clock, and starting like the first or second week in May. And to just keep going from the position of starting from the first call. So we would do 4 more calls. And then in the meantime, Deborah, do you want to hold a community of practice call?
I could.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you for asking. Yes. Actually, let me rephrase that. Thank you for asking. Yes, I'd be delighted.
For those of you who don't know, Deborah runs, among the things that she has run is Tantra Speed Dating. We have also taught together, and she has a lot of experience holding space, and I think she does a great job at it. So what I want to do is let you hold the call. We can talk about what, the practice that I would encourage is really, sharing frames and then having basically some kind of check-in and having you guys support each other in what you're doing. And one of the benefits of that is you can get together a really great list of questions for when we come back to be like, I don't understand this shit. And then I can pour out even more stuff for you. I do want to encourage Deborah, she's great at this, but like to hold a tight container, like hold an hour, hold what you're going to hold. And I think it could be of great benefit to everyone. I think also what I want to do is give you a link. Deborah, we'll have Peyton, my assistant, create a repeating Zoom link for you so that the calls will auto record, and then she can put them up in the Facebook group meanwhile, and you can listen to them. I don't know how many calls you want to do. You could do one every week if you wanted, or you could commit to just a couple. It's up to you.
Okay, thank you.
But I'll have, oh goodness, let's see. Just give me a minute to do this. I think I'm just going to introduce you, and you guys can figure out the Zoom link thing.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to commit to those now so that everybody knows?
So let me find my calendar really quick. How about a call on the 20? We could do one on the 24th or the 17th, or both.
Does anyone want to give feedback about that?
I'd love some feedback. about that. If anybody wants to. And what I imagine it being is, like you just said, you know, a check-in and where we are with like setting up and paying attention to our finances.
Mm-hmm. Christina, it looks like yours.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just looking at my calendar. So the 20th would work a little bit better. They're both tight, but it's okay. It's all good. I'll figure it out.
So it was the 17th and the 24th, basically the next 2 Tuesdays in the same slot.
I could do both. The 17th is going to be tighter for me. I have a 1:30 doctor's appointment, so I would be running out the door right afterward.
What were you saying? Thank you, Josh.
Oh, I could do both. The 17th is tighter, but I could do both.
Yeah, 24th actually works a little bit. 17th is a hard one for me too, but the 24th I can do.
Jesse.
Either is okay. I think, yeah, either is okay for me.
Does anybody else have any? You can just say, you know, Laura.
The 17th is slightly better for me than the 24th.
Elizabeth.
All works. I just sent a little text and
Okay. Oops.
Okay, great. So I'll commit to holding both the 17th and the 24th. And for the people which day works better or both, we'll see you online.
And we'll send you a Zoom link. The other thing that might happen is I might just send Peyton to come and take notes for us so that she can help you prepare any questions. Because she's pretty amazing. You guys will like her. And I might have her just hop on and take notes, and you can ask her questions or get support or whatever. She's not she's just my assistant. But she has experience working in an accounting firm and doing policy work. So she's very sharp.
And so Brianna, are you going to stop the daily emails and then we'll just restart those as well? Okay. I'm wondering would you still be able to send the checklist like we mentioned last time? I feel like that just might help me kind of understand where we're going.
Yeah, Peyton got that together. I'm not sure what happened with that. I'll just put it on the list to send to her to make sure it happens. There are 2 checklists. One is the list of emails, and one is the list of steps, which is a little bit shorter than the list of emails. And I don't know if you guys just saw this, but you see Leslie Reed just joined us.
Cool.
Hi.
Are you in the UK?
I am. Yeah, not paying attention to time differences.
Is it the middle of the night? Like 9 o'clock or something?
Yeah, it's 25 of. Yeah, 25 of. I just got back from walking the beach. The light is staying up until about 7:30, and I'm still wearing my coat and my scarf. And hi, everyone in
Because it's cold there.
Not that bad, but yeah, a scarf feels really good. So yeah.
Nice. You guys don't know Leslie. She's awesome. She's an amazing artist, and she does all kinds of amazing work, actually. And I'll just give you a little update. So I was in a car accident, and so we're going to push pause for this bit. And Deborah is going to hold some community practice calls kind of in the interim for the next month until I can, until the headache stop, basically. And I can be on kind of a little less pain medication and that sort of stuff. And so we're just deciding the 417 and 424, Deborah's going to hold a call. And I will let her also update you all, or Peyton update you all. And we'll figure out how to sort the automation. This automation typically works really well. So I'm sort of chalking it up to the whole, Mercury retrograde, something, like sign from the universe. I don't know what it's a sign for exactly, but, you know, a year from now, we'll all be like, ha, 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 that was so funny. That's my intention anyway. So that's where we're at. So, you know, if you're up for doing your accountability buddies, I definitely encourage you to do that. So Leslie, there are 2 calls. So the 14th, 17th and the 24th. And she'll do practice. She'll do a practice with you, a check-in, grounding, and like that. Yeah, Josh.
Did we do accountability buddies in the last call? Because I wasn't there for that one.
We did. Do you need an accountability buddy?
I do.
Who else needs an accountability buddy?
I do, but I'm awfully far away. The time zone difference might make it.
Yeah, they don't have accountability in England anyways.
They don't. It's amazing. That's why I need an American one. What time zone are you in?
I'm Pacific.
Pacific.
So you might have to do it early in the day. Can you do it early in the day, Josh?
I don't believe in mornings. They're evil.
Why don't we connect through the page, the Facebook page, and see if we can work something out?
Okay.
That'd be good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Otherwise, you guys could jump on a threesome of some sort if it works for somebody else.
That sounded funny. But yes, yeah.
Oh, you know, it's consensual. It's all good.
Right. I'm not trying to be difficult, Leslie. I hate mornings, and yeah, I'm not an early person.
That's fine. If it's a match, it's a match, and if not, we'll both figure something out.
Yeah, cool. And that's a thing that you could also bring up on the community call, is to have those links.
Like if so available that that is happening in the morning.
Well, they'll just be at noon. So, yeah, it's hard to accommodate all the schedules. It ends up being that this 11 or 12 o'clock is like the best time to try to reach people in the UK and the US. It's like 11 ends up being like 8 or 9 o'clock, which means they're still awake. And but if you go any later than that, you get people in the middle of the night. Okay, so what I'd like to do is, seems like we've reached consensus. I want to give us a moment if anybody wants to say anything else, and then I think we should do some gratitudes and just wrap up, and so I can go take my nap. Is there anything else you want to say?
I was listening to something on Access Consciousness today, and sorry to jump in again. But they were talking about how paying attention to your money brings money magic in there. And I think you've probably said that like a million times, Brian, but that's why I'm back. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Paying attention brings more, brings an ability to channel it. And yeah, so I'm grateful to be able to be here with you guys.
It is true that sometimes you have to hear it from more than one source. And then it's like when you're a kid and your mom's like, you gotta brush your teeth every night. And then you get to have a girlfriend, boyfriend person, and then they're like, why don't you brush your teeth? And then you're like, oh my God, brushing your teeth is the best thing ever. Even though somebody else has said it to you. Like, it's just how it works, right? Like, it's just how it works. And then, of course, your mom is like, well, at least you're doing it. Thank you for coming back. I'm glad you're here. Okay, anything else before we do gratitudes? I am watching you all. Okay, let's do some gratitudes, and so I can go have a rest. And I will go last. Who would like to have a moment of gratitude? Josh. Oh,
that was weird. Okay. So yeah, lots of insanity going on, and I'm really grateful for a couple things. Amidst all of this insanity, my business stuff is still moving forward. You mentioned investors, Laura. I'm also doing the investor thing, so I haven't quite. I'm not pitching yet. I'm like the whole prepping to pitch. The fact that that's still moving forward, like we're almost done with our pitch deck, and I'll be starting to pitch in May. Ooh, that's scary. I'm grateful that that's moving forward because there's like 10,000 other things going on all at the same time. And it would have been so easy just to let that slide, but I still managed to keep that moving while doing all those other things. I'm grateful that that happened and it's not killing me. It's just moving forward. Grateful that my job has been super patient. I've been on a terrible project and they've been helpful in trying to get me off of that terrible project. Grateful that I have a wonderful sweetheart, and grateful that we're going to restart this class so I can hopefully will actually fully participate and get full value out of it instead of the half-assed thing I was not intentionally doing, but life.
You will be full-assed. It'll be great.
You're getting my full ass, everyone. Yay.
Fantastic. You should definitely talk to Laura. You guys have that investor thing, and you're supported by the same person.
Yeah, I would love to. Oh, so yeah, Jenny.
It could be really awesome, actually.
Yeah, Laura, I would love to talk to you. So happy to connect outside if you want to.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to practice and all of that. Absolutely.
Yes, exactly. Cool.
Who's next? Laura, do you want to do your gratitude since you're...
Sure. I am extremely grateful for, especially in light of this conversation, for my own health, and for all of the amazing community that I have in my life, including this community and all the other communities. I'm very grateful for the work that I'm doing, which is building technology tools to help communities collaborate and communicate, which is, I think, why people have so much energy around it. I'm grateful for, I have a couple of investors that I'm leaning on to be kind of my guides through this process to understand what people expect and to look at drafts of documents and things like that. So I'm very grateful to those relationships and those individuals. And I'm grateful for my sweetheart, who's also my co-founder, and my team that I'm building for this work that I'm doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Brianna, before I put myself back on you, I hope that you feel better, and I think it's very important that you take care of yourself. I used to manage a PT clinic, and so I saw a lot of head injuries, and like someone mentioned, it's definitely a journey, and so I support you in that journey, and I'm glad that you're doing the right thing for yourself.
Thank you.
Try to get some craniosacral therapy.
Yeah, I am seeing someone who does chiropractic work and craniosacral, so
Okay, good.
yeah, I'm hoping I'm covered in that way. Thank you.
Get that fluid wave back on track.
I'm also thinking of getting some like lymph massage to help with all that. Yeah. I feel very grateful that I know so many healers. Who else wants to have a gratitude?
I'll do a gratitude. Today's kind of the day I'm coming out of my shell after having this big art show. It was really hard to let myself be that exposed. Not only was I doing an art show, but it's an art show telling my personal story in which I'm naked. So, if I could have made myself any more exposed, I don't think I invented it yet.
You'll get there.
And yeah, that's right. And hey, those of you in San Francisco, I have 5 of my pieces going up for another show. I'm bringing them from LA up to a one-night show called Breasts. And if that word ever stands out to you, you might notice the show. I'll post it on Facebook again.
Post it in our group, in the Financial Clarity Now group, so people can see it.
I will do that, but I'm really grateful to get to do the shows to recognize like what the backlash is, because I'm realizing that it's a really huge opportunity to expose myself like that and then look at what the backlash is so I don't have to stay stuck in it. That it doesn't have to be a downward cycle. It can be an upward cycle for me. So good to see everyone. Grateful for the group. Grateful for you, sweetheart. And I look forward to seeing those eyes bright again when you feel well.
Me too. Thank you. Josh.
Am I financial clarity? But am I supposed to be in the financial clarity group? I don't think I'm in that one.
You should email me. I put it on the list. Josh and
If I can click join, I think it'll probably have you.
Peyton will at you. Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that. Cool.
That link is also at the bottom of every email that is going out for this class. So if you are not part of the group, you should be able to click on the link. This is part of the automation changes that I make and be able to get in there. Okay, who else?
I will.
Oh, that's right, Christina.
Firstly, I'm super grateful for you and definitely agree that can't wait to see you healthy again. And just sending you lots of healthy vibes. I'm also really grateful for all the supportive networks that seem to be cropping up in my life for all the changes and everything going on. It seems to be an abundance of amazing people surrounding me, which I feel really fortunate for. And I'm really grateful for having amazing clients that are easy to work with and really good and don't nickel and dime me and are just and make my job more fun.
Thank you.
This is Deborah, and I'm super grateful to be looking at all of these blind spots that have just not had my attention for a really long time, and how the support that I have to do it. And I'm also really grateful for just the ability to, at this time, be doing what I'm doing, even though I'm on a new journey, and it's not exactly what I had planned, but it's really exciting, and I'm really glad to be here. And I also want to add my my gratitude for you, Brianna, and blessings and prayers for ease and recovery, and just so adore and appreciate and love you, and want you to feel better soon.
Thank you. I think we have a couple more gratitudes, but I want to say one of the things that had me decide that I have to stop is on Sunday. It's on my Facebook feed. I was watching my favorite preacher, and she doesn't do this on this video, but she is an extraordinary stand for love. I mean, she's a stand for love in that video too. She's extraordinary. And if you scroll down my feed, you'll see the one for her, Rev Joanne Coleman, and she talks about how it's like, she talks about how we happen upon our own divinity, and the importance of like seeing ourselves in that light. And my experience of like spending a lot of my life running over my own boundaries is one of the things that I hope to transmit in my own teaching of stopping running over your boundaries, right? And so I'm just really like, I don't even want to say about it. It's like, I want to transmit the idea to you that when bad things, when difficult things, when overwhelming things, painful things happen, when something is trying to get our attention, that we give it our attention. And that is so much of this work around money is like, this needs your attention, right? We have to get in right relationship with this in order to have the world that we want to live in, right? We have to create relationship here. And we have to do it in a different way than has been done in, patriarchy and capitalism. And we have to find a way to love ourselves and each other in this process better, just much better. So, and that is all to say that she is the one who was like, your life is that your life has a calling on it, especially those of us like your life has a calling on it. And the people that my prayer is that the people who have been praying for my work are the people that show up here. And that it is my intention to be the answer to that prayer. I hope that's clear. Yeah. And what I would want for you is for you to figure out what prayer you are the answer to. Yeah? Okay. Is there any more gratitude?
I'm really grateful to do the work that I am getting to do, and that I'm currently in a place trying to figure out where I want to fit all the work that's coming my way so that I can have the life that I want instead of feeling like I'm running around scrambling for work. That is a totally different conversation. And my nervous system likes this conversation a lot. It's really weird. Grateful.
I'm not sure if I've gotten everyone, actually.
I didn't go yet.
Okay, go.
I'm feeling very grateful. So, I kind of have a headache and I'm feeling stressed and not feeling very grateful. I should be grateful. So,
No, you should be how you are.
I guess I'm grateful for you, I guess, the community. Grateful for my new car.
That sounds hot. But I do want to make sure you don't have to be any way other than you are. That is like so much of everything is just like, if you're not grateful, don't be fucking grateful. It's all fine.
I like that. I'm grateful that I can be ungrateful.
That's right.
That's better.
Well, look who's grateful now.
I'm not grateful.
Yeah, fuck you. Sometimes I respond.
No.
I'm grateful to be all fuck gratitude, huh?
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I think Claudine's left.
Yes, thank you, my accountability partner, my ungrateful, grateful accountability partner. I'm truly grateful for this call and experiencing how our community has come together, and for you, Brianna, how you just keep showing how bright and intentional and clear and magnificent you are. You surprise me every time as I get to know you with each call, and I'm so grateful that you are the answer to one of my prayers, and the way you hold space is just freaking awesome. And I'm grateful we will have a chance to hit reset and even be more prepared and committed to when we start this again, So thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. It's been amazing to watch this conversation be navigated, and I'm just like feeling for you, Brianna, how you're managing this call with, you know, the pain that and discomfort that you're in. And I just pray for your continued support of ease and healing and moving forward. Thank you.
I have hit my capacity, so I will say that I am grateful. I am grateful that today you are the answer to my prayer around faith. That I could show up and be like, here's how it is, and trust that we would figure it out. We would find a way. So thank you for being in community with me. And I will see you soon.
Good.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
All right. Bless your prayers. Bye, everyone.
Bye.